The Virtual Boy. My God, it's hot trash. But it is hot trash that I have been infinitely curious about over the years. When it came out, I wanted one. When it was in the bargain bins, I wanted one. And I have just been fascinated with this odd failure of a console for, well, frankly, decades. One of the curiosities about this system are all the games that could have been, including Virtual Boy Mario Land. This footage shown right here was from CES, Consumer Electronics Show, Winter 1995. It is a demo of a would-be Mario game. Now, granted, this wasn't playable. This wasn't showcased through a Virtual Boy lens. It was actually on a TV, and viewers had to use specialized glasses to mimic the 3D effect of the Virtual Boy. You may have also noticed that per the lower right-hand corner, this video is hosted on Planet Virtual Boy's YouTube page. Check them out. They are a must-visit if you are a Virtual Boy fan. I've been visiting that site since, I don't know, 2008, 2009. They're absolutely amazing and very passionate about the Virtual Boy. Now here are some screenshots that showcase the game a little bit more clearly than this very bootleg footage. You know, as you can see, it looks kind of like a typical Mario Land game, except it has dimensionality. It has foreground and background layers, similar to the Wario Land game that was released. It also has some overhead segments, kind of akin to Zelda. But generally speaking, especially with the early Mario Land games, Nintendo tended to mix the formula up a little bit more than they did with the traditional side-scrolling console games. Ultimately, this looks like, you know, a boring Mario Land game. There's not much here gameplay-wise, but it was meant to be a demo, right? So, you know, it really ultimately wasn't particularly fleshed out. That said, there are a lot of things that I do like about this. The sprite work here, I think, is really good. I think the scrolling in the background of the number of layers is really cool. Ultimately, at least artistically, this had a lot of potential. And I think that's where a lot of the curiosity comes from. What would have happened with this game? How would it have turned out in the end? Well, that curiosity for what would have been and could have been has finally come to fruition. Here we have a recreation demo for Virtual Boy Mario Land. The main dev is Mr. Mindsplat, and also a big shout out to the sprite artist, the real Goemon. Oh my gosh, everything looks really accurate. This remake is built in the Godot engine. The plus side being that it is just sort of a single executable and far more accessible for everyone to play. The downside being that it's not actually Virtual Boy compatible. Although I should note, as we mentioned, that the demo footage was also not playing on a Virtual Boy, so who knows? Who knows what's even real anymore? I'm just going to go ahead and play through it one time here. The music is all here. It sounds right. Lots of scrolling in the background. Here we have our overhead section as well. And down we go. Poor Mario. Somehow that leads to here, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but whatever. Oh, died. All right, let's see where that lands me. Okay, here we go. There we go, squish. Ooh, okay, come on now. Come on now. Ooh, there we go. Oof. Oh, Lord. That was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Once you complete the demo, it just sort of starts up again. So playing through it a second time, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the nuances, which I think you probably saw a little bit the first time around. So there is no run button like a normal Mario game. Mario is just sort of always running quickly. Mr. Mindsplat mentioned that there was no evidence of a run button, and Mario's speed is always just fast, according to the footage. But I would argue that considering every Mario game has two speeds for Mario, that they would have implemented one. And or in that demo, they just had the run button being pressed. Also, you can't go back. I'm pressing up. I'm trying to go back to the background. It doesn't let you do that in the recreation. There's an invisible wall here. I don't know if this would have existed in the actual demo or not. Like I mentioned, lots of really good scrolling. In the demo, this was pretty stiff and slow, and the recreation has that aspect too. It's a little slow to have this happen. That's a little clunky, but it looks good. Looks really good. Like the camera couldn't quite find Mario there. It kind of fell through not the hole. There's a lot of like bouncing off objects that I'm trying to mimic here. See if I can get it going. That's a whoops. Just sort of moonwalks back to the castle. Okay. Like if you catch it just right, it actually like pushes you back. Yeah, that's a good example right there. It kind of propels you. Again, I'm not trying to like insult the project or anything like that. These are just things that I've noticed. This is a very small team, and these could be things that they adjust and correct for the next revision. But overall, honestly, this looks really good, and it plays pretty well. My challenge for the team would be the following. Adjust the physics a bit to feel a little bit more like a Mario Land game, tighten it up a bit, and give us a second level. Yes, I know, that's not going to be demo accurate. Obviously, it was only one very short level that was showcased at CES. But at the end of the day, people are going to play this, and they're going to play it for like, 60 seconds, and then they're going to be done. How cool would it be to have a brand new original level, utilizing some of these features that the original demo was trying to showcase, but in an environment that's actually a little bit more fun to play? But hey, let me ask you guys, what do you think should be added to this, if anything? What do you think should be adjusted? Should there be new levels, or would that be too bizarre and beyond the realm of what this project is supposed to be? And which lost Virtual Boy games would you like to see get recreations, or just found in general? There seems to be a lot of Virtual Boy hype these days with it coming to the Switch, so let me know in the comments below. And of course, as always, the hill I will die on is that Bound High should have been released and packed in with the Virtual Boy. So that is it for today, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to Mr. Mindsplat for sending this over to give us an exclusive first look. If you like this type of content, please feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and all that good stuff. And if you feel like supporting the show even further, there are plenty of ways to do it in the description below. Thank you so much again, and hope to see you all back for the next one.